So I was asked, how do I get involved in commercial real estate or investing in properties with limited funds? Well, you do have a little bit of a problem because there's no way to buy properties with no money whatsoever, but there's shortcuts, there's ways around this, and there's things you can do to help yourself. So the first thing I want to know is, do you have experience? So let's go back to the basics. I'm going to assume that you're not very advanced in real estate yet, and if you're not, my first recommendation, number one, which I make my own kids do, is go out and get a real estate license. It's important. And before people tell me I don't want to be a realtor, you're not getting a real estate license to become a realtor. I want you to get a real estate license so you can understand and learn real estate. In addition to that, you'll start earning commissions as a second job, if you will. But there's no better way to learn real estate than to become a realtor. Now, assuming you want to buy, like I do, say, shopping centers, go work for a company that does and owns the kinds of properties you want to own, possibly one day down the road. So if you want to own shopping centers, go work for a shopping center company, and tell them you want to do leasing. Don't worry about what the pay is. It's going to be commission. That's not what the key is. The key is getting the education. So once you get that education, you're leasing, you're now going to learn what tenants are looking for in investing in properties and leasing spaces. And what I mean is, you'll now understand, what does it take to open a dental office? What does it take to open a dance studio or a karate place? You'll learn all this by being a leasing agent. You'll learn what kind of rents people could pay. You'll learn what the surrounding areas to the centers you're leasing, what they're charging in rent is. So you're getting all this advice and education for free, and you're going to get paid a commission when you sign a lease. Now we'll fast forward more so to the question, because now we're going to assume you are experienced. How are you going to buy a property with no money? You just have all this experience. People want to invest and align themselves with people who are experts. And what I mean is, if I want to go out and buy a property, and I've been doing this for all these years, and I have a track record of success and I understand it, people will look to me and they'll want to invest with me. So if you're just getting started out, you could go to people and ask them to invest in your project alongside of you, because now you're an expert. You've been in leasing and management. You understand how to operate the property. You understand the comparable rent rates. You understand the market comps for the sales of properties. You are an expert. People can invest. So what do you mean? Simple. Go ask your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your mother, your father, anyone, just to give you small amounts of money. If they don't want to invest and be your partner, that's fine. Ask them to loan you the money. Start with the small property. I don't care where you come from. I don't even care if you have access to a lot of money. Start with the small property. It could be $200,000, $300,000. You're just trying to learn the basics of property ownership and management to be sure you like it, because possibly you won't. But don't be afraid to ask people for money. Now, if you don't have access to money, there's many other ways to get around and get access to money. You could do seller financing. You can get second positions from sellers. There are ways to buy some properties with no money down where the seller will hold a second position note. And for that, this video would go on for hours with all the ways, but there's books on how to buy properties with no money down. But even if you have money or no money, you got to have experience. You got to know what you're doing, because the money will get lost very quickly and you'll lose everything if you don't understand the real estate you're buying. So please, before you worry about not having the money, make sure you have the experience. That's rule number one.